Alright guys, as many of you know, I have finished the 2016 hired request list early. Alright, normally I kind of space it out and I finally finish at the end of December and I finish the list for the year. But I actually finished early this year. What I did, I just locked myself in the shop away from everybody, all the kids and everything, and just worked and transcribed for hours and hours every day until I got all of them transcribed, and then I recorded lessons after that. That works pretty well for me. I have a lot higher output when I do that, I think. But anyway, I finished the list early. So what I'm doing is I'm taking another list for November, because I need to do something. I got to keep new lessons coming up. So 2016 fall hired request list. So it's going to be a short list that I'm going to do for November and December. If you want to get on the list, the great thing about this is you don't have to wait a whole year. Just 60 days or less. Because once I start in November, you'll get your lessons pretty quick after that. Okay? So that's what we're doing today is looking at the... You can hear my kids in the background, so you see why I like myself in the shop. For the noise factor. But anyway... Here we go. Here's what you want to do to get on the list, okay? First, yes? Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay? Go ahead and play. Alright, so I could start the video over, but then it would just happen again. So let's go ahead and push through, alright? So, the first thing you want to do is pick the lessons you want for me to teach. The videos from YouTube. So find what you want on YouTube. A lot of people like me to do, for some reason, covers of someone else playing a particular song or a live version. I'm very big on live versions now. People want me to do that. So whatever you want. If it's the album version, you can find that too on YouTube. Just send me a YouTube link. I put in parentheses S because a lot of you will have multiple, 2 or 3 or whatever it is you want me to consider. Send those links to me to easypianolessons@yahoo.com with your bid. So I work on a bidding system. I have so many customers that I can't put everyone on the list, okay? So not everyone will make the list, but if you bid high enough, you will make the list because, as you can hear, I've got a lot of mouths to feed, and that helps me out if someone bids high, and they'll get on the list usually. So anyway, the higher your bid, the more likely you will to get on the list. So send your links and your bid for each song. I'm going to tell you in a minute a guideline how to judge how much you need to bid on each one. Okay, so that'll help you with your bidding. But the second thing, after you do that, okay, I'll send you an invoice to pay. Now I use PayPal, but a lot of people are afraid of that. They go, "Oh, PayPal, I had a bad experience." Yeah, that was years ago. Me too. I had a bad experience with them, but they're different now. They're great for me. The only thing I can complain about PayPal is they take a percentage of every transaction, but I mean, they're in business, I'm in business, so that's what they got to do. They're great now, though, and you don't have to have a PayPal account, just your card. You don't have to have a PayPal account, I'll say that again, just your card. They're just the merchant, okay? You just get a little bit cut of whatever you send to me, and that's fine. I'm on board with that. So anyway, I'll send you an invoice for that. The faster you pay, the higher up you'll be on the list, okay? And if you don't pay, you're not going to be on the list. So don't send me an email that I didn't put you on the list if you didn't pay for your request, because, this is my living. I'll post the list. I'll post a master list on Facebook and YouTube of everyone on the list in the order that it needs to be on October the 20th, okay? October the 20th, I'll post that list. And you'll see where you are. I won't put your full name on there. No one will know who you are. I just use first names and last name initial. So I'll begin posting the lessons on November 1st. So I'm going to start working on these right away, and then I'll be ready to start posting lessons on November the 1st is how that works. Now, for the bidding, this is how you judge how much to bid on. I have 4 categories. That doesn't quite fit. Let me zoom it down a little bit so we can get all of it on here. Okay, I think it's all on there. But I have 4 categories, okay? So make sure you're close to these categories or you won't get on the list for sure. But understand, yes, have some musical talent. Yes, I've done this for 30 years. Yes, I can listen to something one time and kind of play what it sounds like, immediately after. But this is not what I do on this. I try to get exactly as I can what I'm hearing. So I go through each beat, each measure, each phrase, and I get as close as I can to what you give me, because that's the quality I want to provide for you guys. I don't want it to kind of sound like what you're giving me. I want it to sound exactly like what you're giving me as best as I can do it. So it's real tedious for me. Yes, the talent and perfect pitch and all that helps me, but still to get the quality that I want for all the lessons that I've always had for 10 years, I have to pour over a lot of these, okay? So here are the prices here. Category 1. If it's just a chord pattern song, dun, 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 or whatever, maybe a little rolled chord or something like that, just an accompaniment to an album version, that's pretty easy for me, no big deal. $100 to $150 for that, okay? Something like that, with just when someone's singing and they're playing chords along with it, or even if it doesn't have piano chords, I'll figure out whatever the guitar chords are, whatever. So that's category 1. Category 2. Going to be a little more advanced. It'll have a more advanced accompaniment, okay? So the piano's not just plunking chords, not just rolling chords, but has some other things in there that make it a little more difficult. Maybe a short solo in there, maybe some short licks, occasional licks in the right hand that we've got to put in there, okay? So that's a more advanced. Or this category, a lot of you want me to do a piano solo arrangement. That's where it's not singing, it's not an album version, it's someone playing the melody in the right hand. Those are more difficult as far as taking longer time, because I've got to figure out the right hand and the melody, what the left hand's doing. Those are more time consuming for me. They're not necessarily harder to play, but they are time consuming, and that's why they're more expensive when you have a piano cover or something like that, okay? Figuring out the right hand and all that takes a lot of time. $150 to $300 for this category. Okay, then we get to category 3. Now we're getting really more complicated here. A complex accompaniment with longer solos. So it's not just chords, it's not rolled chords. You're going all over. You may have some cool jazz chords that are going all over the place. Longer duration. Okay, don't send me a 7-minute song and bid $100 for it. Okay, if it's a long piece of music and it doesn't not repeating, then that's extra time that I've got to spend to transcribe. Okay, so longer solos, longer duration, or the medium piano solo arrangement. So here we have easy piano solo arrangements, melody in the right hand. This is where it begins to get more complicated arrangement of this cover type of piano lesson, and I've got to still figure out the right hand and everything, and it's going to be the more of a medium to advanced level for a piano solo arrangement. Longer duration, so if it's getting 4 and 5 minutes, that's getting long for me. So $300 to $500 on that category. Now here is I used to call this the beast category. Category 4, a very advanced virtuosic long duration piano solo arrangement. I'm not going to take this category unless someone really gives me a great bid on it, because I'm kind of not in the mood to do a whole bunch of these at all, because I just did a whole bunch of them. But if the bid is right, I might do it. It just depends. But category 4, very advanced virtuosic long duration of the piano solo arrangement. So it's just one of those virtuosic things that are where I've got to transcribe the left hand and right hand in depth. It's just one of those awesome piano solo arrangements that people want to play once in a while. Not everybody can play these, okay? Most people can't play this category, so I'm not going to get much residual business on people wanting to learn to play this. So this is, the price will have to be right on this type of category, okay? So don't send me a video of something in this category and then bid $300. I won't even look at it, okay? Because if it's going to take a lot of my... Some of these take, believe it or not, 20, 30, 40 hours of my time to transcribe it, then to learn how to play it, then to make the videos, and then to process the videos, okay? All of that goes into it, and sometimes it can take 30 or more plus hours on just one hard request. So there's a long explanation of how to get on the fall 2016 hard request list, okay? So there you go. Just send me all your questions or your links and your bids to Easy Piano Lessons. Where is it at? Easy Piano Lessons at yahoo.com is how to get a hold of me. Okay? So, look forward to the list. I've been taking a couple of days off. Well, maybe it's been, I guess, almost 2 weeks now. Just enjoying a little break, planting my winter garden and messing with the chickens outside. So now I'm getting ready to dig back in, and I'll have about 4 lessons that I'll post in the interim before we actually start the list. Some people that allowed me to wait on doing their lessons during this time, so I have something to post while waiting on the new list. So there will be about 4 lesson series during the time before I start actually posting the fall 2016 list on November 1st. So thank you guys. I have the best customers in the world, and I'll talk to you later.